Pittsburgh! Welcome, welcome. This is the 10, and this is 10 o'clock talks. Are you ready? I know I am. Standing for this edition. Excuse me. Yeah, hello Pittsburgh and America. How are you today? Hey, so March 17th, 21, huh? St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Got my greens here. I didn't have anything, so I thought I'd go a different way. See? Right there? And it's green. I'm trying. Okay. So with that said, yeah. St. Patrick's Day. What surprises are going to be posted today? Outside of all the normalities of, hey, get lucky, feel lucky, be lucky, lucky, you know, St. Patrick's Day. Drink green beer, whatever. Play Green Day. It's all good. Do what you need to do. Have fun. Yeah, let me get down to some of these things here so we can get you through this a little quicker. Maybe. I like to linger into things at times, and maybe I should correct myself from doing that. I don't get a bunch of comments, so I do hope you guys watch all the way through. But please comment if you ever feel the need to, or if you need support in some way. You have a voice here, and I'll talk about whatever you tell me is on your mind. So always keep that out there. And I want to give special thanks to a friend, Mary Kay. Thank you so much. You are a blessing. Can't wait to meet up with you. Had to say that. She's been behind the masks of America. And I got something really interesting on that part. Some leaks that came through on some things in Pennsylvania. And they're probably important. They're going to be important for you to hear for Pennsylvania. But it'll be interesting for all of America as well. So let's not keep that out. Let's not keep that off. Let's keep it all on the plate today. Anyway, support someone's dreams. Yeah, we have to do that. Small business support shout out. I'm here for you. All my brothers and sisters, all the Save American people, and for the other side. You may still be weak, but our door will be open when you're ready to vote. I guarantee when you really analyze this whole situation, you're going to come to our side because it doesn't get any better. So, I wanted to kind of go with this. You know, Biden, Harris, Kerry, Obama, Soros, the whole clique, Hillary. And it seems in a way we haven't been paying enough respect to the ex-President Clinton. I don't know. He's in this dirt pile as well. And you know that. All aboard the one-way trip plane to the island, especially in that regards. And much more. But, yeah. Just crazy. So how I want to take this today, I got a couple examples of some things that I want to share with you. Biden says he wants to stop hate crimes. But he came into office with the executive orders. Bang, 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 bang. What, 57? Are we going for the Heinz 57 series? It seems like it. I'm going to say this. You say choose the hate crime. And he's talking about Asian people, not specific to what Asian culture he's referring. But more of what I might say today might actually reflect to that. So think wisely when you talk, Batman. Think wisely, especially after 48 years. That's not what you do, Joe. You don't. You've been caught in so many lies before. But one thing he is behind, kicking Coma out on his ass. So, hey, I'm not going to clap for you, Joe. No, you're not worthy to me of it. Do your job. I don't care if you got to overpower Harris on this one. Do what's right here for the women. And, I advocate for these women, all of them. And that's who I am and how I operate. I'm sorry. Everybody needs protection. This is the scenario where it is right now, and this is where it's going to be for me. You deal with it, or you don't have to listen to me. But, women, this is for you. It's about you. It's equal rights. It's lawful. And we need to make these examples more than ever. Now, it's reported. I was so far off yesterday, and I thought I had good news. But the news now reports 13,000 children. 13 have come in. Impressive amount. What are they gonna? How are they gonna house all these children? Where are they gonna be placed? Were they prepared for this? With this big plan? Boy, did this blow up in their face, right? Think about this. The government was behind. I told you about the T-shirts. They come in. They're doing all this posing and stuff, and they're posting Biden come in. Oh, the glory of Joe Biden and Harris. Look at the change that they're bringing. This is destruction what you have brought here. You've broken people's families, literally. You subjected children to be out on these roads at night. And it's true. It's true. I don't know how I did it, but I got into this stuff where news media was coming through, and I don't even know how I did it, but I'm going through all this stuff, and there was a police officer who found 3 children the night before last, a 1-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 7-year-old, inappropriately dressed out in the middle of the dark walking. How is that safe for children? What has come to this? 13,000 kids. You have nowhere to house them. You're busting them out. You're trying to hide the numbers. We know that. But 13,000 by your own media support threw this in your face. 13,000. Now, that's not including hundreds of thousands that are truly in the works, getting here, or are already arriving or have arrived. This is unbelievable. But my concern is the structure for these children. These children, we can't be ignorant to this, people. I wish I could put my hand out to all of them and help them, and I can't. I'm one soul. I don't know what to say on this. I'm on one side of the fence one way. I'm on the other side of the fence another way. But these kids, come here. And this has pushed you government money and promises through the stimulus. Hey, we're going to hook you up. You pump this. Joe's going with this big plan because somebody told him to do it. And that's right, Joe. You're a puppet. Somebody told you about this, whether it was Harris or Nancy or Schumer, whatever the clique is up here that you have. But you never saw this one coming. Wow. Never saw it coming. So I just wanted to throw that out to you. True numbers, 13,000 children. And really, it's unestimated in the amount of what they're dealing with right now. And there's no help down there for it. I mean, yeah, so you call in FEMA. You call in Border Patrol, which has been there. You failed when you told Mexico to go home and the 28,000 troops left, but they weren't going to help you. They were there to stand guard for what was a secured element under Trump, which you blew. You blew it. You blew it. You blew it. Now, let me step back from that for a minute. Let's talk about gravy. Everybody's $1,400 checks pending. I'm sure a lot of them are. So with that said, people are starting to get that, receive it, have, and will continue to. Give the IRS a little bit of time with everything that's going on. It's just crazy out there in the world. They can't keep up with what they have. I spoke on that yesterday. I know somebody personally in there. They said... They said, tell everybody out there we're sorry, at least on their behalf, because it's that disgustingly bad since the new administration. And they even reached out for help and additional help to secure and to help all the efforts on how they do their jobs. No one will get back to them. Just like the Capitol Police thing, they asked for help and support. And some of the support that they even had there on the 6th, they stood there while people screamed at them, you're dressed, you're the police, help these people. And more help was provided by the Trumpsters to take control of what was going on than anybody. So the narrative still gets pushed into mega, but the truth was they were there enforcing law to help these poor, sad individuals that create all this BS, bureaucratic bullshit on us, okay? So that's really what it comes down to. So I hope you get your money. I hope you go out and buy guns and support these small businesses. Please, just give them a little tag. Go and get a burger or something. If you're not hungry, maybe get one to go and have it later. But do what you can in your neighborhoods. I do it in mine here. I do the best I can. I'm only one person. I eat so much, and I'm a health freak, so I don't always go to that extreme of certain foods. I have my own excuses here. I know, but I'm one guy, and I need you. I need strength in numbers. America needs strength in numbers. We are strongest in strength in numbers. Strength in numbers. Strength in numbers matters all the way around where we're at right now. We all need you. We all need anything of valuable news to be shared as well. Share what is promising. The minute I heard about Trump last night being on, boom, it was out. I had people. It wasn't about who reports, who talks, who does this first. It was about get this message to the people, which I'm going to talk about. I also want to talk about a couple other things with this poverty level things that this administration thinks they're going to cure. And I have another reason for going there. And it's a valid reason. But if you think about the poverty level, they were well taken care of. Never once did a check miss them. Whether it was Social Security, food stamp programs, government assistance cash programs, Section 8 HUD, churches helping out. Yeah. They did better than a lot of people. They did better than a lot of people. But, it is what it is, and I'm going to keep my comments cool there. This is more in that gray area I talk about. There's gray areas everywhere. It's the people that worked and lost their jobs and so forth where they're most, the most damage is done in many ways. I brought a lot of this up in the past few weeks, and I still do today, but it's true. There are so many areas that they can't just put something across the plate that's going to help everybody. They spread this money out so the governors look strong. That's to buy your vote. They don't look strong. They could have gave everybody 25 grand cash and they could have really helped everything along further. The ones worthy of it, the ones who need it, the ones that prove work history, the essentials, the truck drivers, the mailmen, the police officers, things like that. But guess what? Do you know what was in that stimulus bill? All federal employees get a bonus check of $21,000 and they got paid the whole time, whether they worked or not. 21 grand. Yeah, go figure that one out. Buy a vote. This is where grassroots really need to be strong. Please hear me loud and clearly. Not the way they talk about, let me speak on this clearly. It's not that. I'm trying to be as vocal and as clear as I can be in support to you. To be a voice that matters. And I have to get smarter every day so people understand where I'm coming from with this. But it's the truth. We need to wipe out all these small offices. I don't care if these people are qualified to get it or not. We can elect them. And I'll tell you why more on that as I continue. But please keep that in mind. But don't think that poverty level is true poverty level. And with this all coming forth too. Guess what? If you did something wrong on your unemployment claim and you weren't worthy, that ain't going to be nice. Because there's other law enforcements that handle this divisional part under fraud. And we know that the fraud that's out there, it's huge. It's huge. And they're cracking down. And I'm glad that they are. These programs are set up by President Trump to make an effect to the people who deserved it. Not for the undeserving or the disrespectful that should not. Maybe think about this. Undeserving of being here, maybe. If you're that low, maybe that's the issue. And maybe that's where I'm going with this. And I'm not trying to judge anybody because I don't know who you are. I can't judge you. But the fact remains, they know it was so widespread. And they're trying to get that corrected. It's going to take a good year or two. But they're going to knock on everybody's door. Be prepared to pay it all back. You might have to sell everything you own to stay out on the street. So if you did that, shame on you, and it's going to come back and bite you hard. Now, let me see what else I got here. So Gavin Newsom. Big push to get him out of the office now down in Cali, right? If you haven't heard, yeah, so him, Como, and there's one other one. It's not here right now. I'd have to go back in memory, and through this, I might come up with it and say, oh, I remember now. But for right now, yeah, Gavin Newsom, he's being called out on a lot of stuff. But it has to do more with how the economy, the shutdown was handled. And this is by citizens of California. They may be turning red. This is what I'm telling you. We have a chance to accept these people. Put the past behind us. Let these votes on the right go like this while theirs goes like this. And if we take out the smalls, guess what happens? Washington collapses. Who do you control when no one's to control? That's what it comes down to. Let Trump take care of the top. He's working on that. He is working on that. He spoke about things last night. Okay, so the PPP. There's supposedly billions of dollars going to be available to all these small businesses. This ain't about my own area. This is about all of our areas. Do your paperwork quickly. You know, you can get all your employees paid. This subsidizes a lot of stuff. But they still, as I said, if they want that $15 an hour, they need to include something into that as well, because this will end at some point, and the government's going to have to take over in a large way. But the PPE goes to the employers, and they're supposed to give it out to the employees to keep open. So this is going to go under so many people of a business and so forth. It's not going to touch everybody. And the big conglomerates, they're wealthy. They can deal with it, and they should just pay their people right and start making plans too. And I'll give you a prime example. I know somebody firsthand that worked hard for the last 2.5 years, followed their instructions, got partial unemployments and so forth, stayed with the job, and she just got a nice bonus, a raise, so to speak, a raise, and now it's stepping in a position where she's going to grow in the company if they can all survive. And that's the biggest part of it. So they're trying to create futures, and I'm going to say that about Dave & Buster's today. You know, I applaud them. It looks like they stepped up for one person. I'm sure they did it for more than one. So that's on the right track, just like Trader Joe's does. You know, they're in this support method where it's about their employees as well as getting you the best products they can. So hats off to you guys, and I applaud you. Good work. So, yeah, the PPE, get out there. Get what's yours. Now, check this out. This is part of the big leak I've been getting like drips of for the past month. And a couple days ago, I got something from somebody. They sent it to me, and they said they worked up at the farm show. And I don't know who they are. I mean, my stuff shows I got this. But they talked about this, and then something, a couple other ways come out. And it's funny how states away people know this stuff, but we don't in our own state. But here's the deal. And I'm sure it's going to blow out the door today and tomorrow for sure. So the farm show in PA is like huge. I don't know what they do in a year, but they have beautiful horses there. They do all these different things and stuff. If it's the same place I'm thinking of, but they call it the Farm Show Convention Center kind of thing. Supposedly, in storage up there, from a majority up from China, are all this PPE things, masks and sanitizers and gloves. And what is it going there for? Why is it going? It's been going there for months, since last year. Body bags. And the list goes on. Don't quite understand it. Somebody felt they should share it. We have a competency in horses. They saw me doing this and they said, hey, are you aware? And I'm like, no. So there, now you're aware. What is all this being stored up there for? I don't know. If anybody out there hears this and you do what I do, see what information you can find, kick it back to me. I could only get so much. And say so much, because I don't want to not try to protect somebody, you know, if they're going to worry for their job. But right now what they're doing is, he said the goods are in the thousands. I mean, like up there. Like truckloads upon, you wouldn't believe the amount of truckloads it would take to what they have filled there. What is it need? What's it going to be needed for? Where's it going to go? Is there something more? Strange. Think about this. Everything we needed now and have needed, and it's there. It's there. So that's big news. But I don't know why it's big news, but to me it is. Is there a bigger picture? Are they concerned? Is it about this whole punch in the arm thing? I'm going to talk on that. And I may owe you an apology. I don't know. But if I do, I'm going to give it to you anyway. So, yeah, let me just do a quick review off this page here. Yeah. Yeah, we went over that too. I'm sorry. I try to make notes and stay on page for you. But you did hear me when I said the $21,000 bonus to all federal employees, right? Again, what about the essentials? They did the same thing. They actually jeopardized themselves probably in much greater numbers than the sit behind desk jobs and so forth. What an embarrassment this American Rescue Plan has been. And again, hey, we paid you. We want your vote. Okay. President Trump last night. I sent out as soon as I got it. It was provided to me. Gave it to a dear friend of mine, Beth, and she sent it out. She really helps assist me. And so do others. I wish I could mention everybody right now. It's not in the top of my head. I got a big day planned. Oh, great. In Pittsburgh, we're going to be like at 65. I just want to get out there and do something. So I've been trying to do this to get all the posts up before 10 o'clock. As maybe you can tell, but a lot of people were asking me to do that now. So I'm not going to change the name. I like it. I think it has a good sound. And who knows, maybe 10 o'clock talks is 10 o'clock in the morning. So here I am, 10 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, that said, Trump had a lot to say last night. He thinks the shot's safe. He says that he himself and the First Lady have gotten this shot. And he wants us to get it. He thinks it would be smart. Here's where I stand on that. And I have to. I trusted in Trump, under Trump's government, and all his constituents that were doing things through him. I trust his deals. Only his deals. I don't think anybody can say what's really going on out there as far as, is this the same thing they gave Donald Trump, the same thing they want to give us? Is it? I don't know. It kind of worries me a little bit. I don't know what I would be getting, but I do appreciate and respect his opinion. He also says that he respects our opinions. He says that to all the voters. If you missed that, do what you need to do. He will understand, and we have that right to either get it or not get it. I don't trust it. Too many doctors have come forth, and I don't know. Were they given something different when they were giving samples? It's a big cluster at this moment. You know that. That's where I'm going with this. I trust him wholeheartedly. I want him nothing more but to come back and show up as President of the United States, which, again, I'm going to get to something else on what's going on in America. And Sidney Powell's still pressing forward in this initiative, and she is clicking up some wins. Even though there's negativity, she's moving forth in areas that could, I don't know. I have no clue, but could it change things? I guess it's a possibility. But again, with everything that I put out there for everybody in a good way, and I have Vernon Coleman, Van Bachar, and Dr. Tenpenny. I'm sorry, Dr. Penny. Dr. Tenpenny. These are all doctors, including a place in California, that I followed for months and have been able to, beyond a reasonable doubt, tell me that I need to be worried about this vaccine. I don't know if President Trump was given 100% of true information. I would have to say that, with the rule of thumb and the way he managed things, they would have had to. But I don't know what's coming in now. I'm hearing bad things. You got Europe in the third wave with more deaths. Deaths. And you also have Italy saying we no longer will be injecting our seniors with this medication. I just have to sit back and think, and then I want to tell you this. Russia, in my mind, has never reported a death. The whole world was infected. How can that be? Did they fear something that Russia says, knows, has? I don't know. That's kind of mysterious, though. And do some homework on it. And again, if you do some homework and you find something really credible, please mail it to me. Please. Let us all share that information. It's important. It truly is important. All right. So, I want to say this to Pittsburgh. Don't forget, we have primaries and we have elections coming up too. Pittsburghers, listen to me. Listen to me. No more who you know politics here, please. Please, 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 please. We need to change the venue here. We need fresh. We need millenniums, young blood, and strong that can be there for a while and get us in the right path. Pittsburgh needs change. It doesn't need old school representations anymore. It needs people in the system to climb the ladder, and if they're not there available, then we need to put people in place of them. We need to do that job, and everybody out there needs to do it with me, all across America. And there's big reasons for that, because Trump's working on the top. He's tackling everything up there. And if we start making that structure wobble and give them uncertainty, whether they're buying votes or not, and I say they are, we have some legs to stand on. The strength comes to our side while they're collapsing. Please do not forget that. Please do not. One other thing Russia's pretty appalled to, and Putin put this statement out himself, and he told Twitter right out, you get rid of your child pornography or you will deal with his wrath. Now, it could be a band. I don't know, it's Russia. What might Putin do? Got along great with Trump. They seem to have a good business relationship. And I wish it wasn't all business. I wish it could just tie together at some point and we could live in this world with togetherness instead of worrying about whose militaries are stronger and who's got more of this and that. But I do understand independence. But we all need to, these leaders all need to take a step out and try to meet in the middle somewhere where, you know, everyone in this world can feel united and safe, and at least in one way. Make major promises that our safety is going to come first and never be jeopardized. And they can work out the rest in debates and so forth. And, you know, but we no longer need anything of the power of the strength, even though it's great for us to be the strongest in America. Truly, are we? I don't know. It's what we're told. You hope for the best. You want to be the best. And maybe we are. But is that really relevant or important? I don't know anymore. I don't. In these times and what's going on, the changes, you know, I could go back to a phrase, but I don't want to be called a racist. That's the truth. So I'll just stay off that. Yeah, but Putin put this out there. Yeah, he put it out there. I guess he's telling the world to wake up, and I'm glad he is. As well as the Pope puts out, we will not unify or bless any unions of same-sex marriages. Well, guess what? All these people at the bottom now that were protesting against what has happened in America with Biden and Harris administration and how they were appalled with it, and they didn't really even want to welcome this man into their church, they fired back at the Pope now, the leader. And they said, look, we'll do what we want, and it doesn't matter what you say. So there's a lot of Catholic priests out there who are going to still, and are okay with, you know, this same-sex marriage thing and whatnot. Can't wait to see what comes out of that can of worms. So, you know about all the issues in Portland or in Cali? What's really going on? A couple days ago, I think I mentioned this. They lit the federal building in Portland on fire, and it's just getting worse up there, but the media is not reporting that either, and why should they? We get that. But truly, look for it. It's crazy. It's nuts. And now California's in that turn. I think there's two different reasons of what's going on. You know, you be the judge of that. You make the choice. But it's important for me to, you know, give you the voice of what I hear, what I know, what I see coming around. So, how's your day? I failed to ask you that probably. America! What's up, people? Strength in numbers, strength in numbers. Share information. It's very important. Let your voice be heard. Your voice is only heard if you share your informations. And I want to get to something that's probably going to blow you away, but it's true. And I don't know what you're going to think of me after. I never know what anybody's going to think me after what I do. I try to tell you the truth though, on everything that I can, and where I think we're going with this thing. But I want to talk to you a little bit about mental health. And no, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not claiming to be a Bill Gates. And I did look. He doesn't have a license to give any advice on anything. And if somebody comes up with something that shows that different, I want to see that. I really want to see that. He should not be out there doing interviews, making remarks of any sort. And he's only doing it because, hey, pharma, interest, money, follow the trail, money, 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 money. Pump them up, pump it up. It's money in my pocket. Yeah, I get it. And then kickbacks will occur. Everybody's going to get this and that. Again, I still, with all respect to President Trump, I don't even know if we're getting the same type of medication that they're trying to get us to punch in our arms. I don't. And that's my biggest worry. I trust his word, but there's other people here now. And who knows what the hell's truly going on. So I still stand where I do, even with the utmost respect for President Trump. And I'm going to support him all the way to hell and back. But for me right now, I just feel better not caring about having it. So anyway, much of what you see on and repeat on Facebook and the pre-creations, and what these are most of the things you guys share. I want you to ask yourself, where do they come from when you find them to share them? Where do they come from? Well, maybe you should know that there is a government program. I can show you how to get to it. Doesn't give you all the information, but 2 and 2 will put a puzzle together. But I'm hearing now 2 plus 2 doesn't exactly equal 4 anymore. Kind of equals 5. Yeah, right. Okay, sure. Do that math, and maybe we'll double out our stimulus. No, that won't happen. It's their narrative, not ours. But think about, where does this stuff come from? Now, some people do make these. There are some people out there, nothing better to do, that are skilled and can do this. I make some myself. I do, but I make them myself. They don't touch those ones. It's the ones that I get and share, that become a party to it. Especially if you're not the place of origin. And they know how to, the technology takes them right back to the place of origin. They don't touch the place of origin. They cancel out all the shares. Weird, isn't it? But you think about that. Maybe it's time that everybody starts to make up their own. Forget the cartoon characters. Just put it in simple writing. We will all get it and share it still. It'll still be a fun laugh. And just know, they do have a think tank that does this. They sit back and they watch. They slip it out there for you to see it, for you to use it. And that's their job. It's designed that way to get it out and then let you take over with it. So you can burden your own mind, vent, and create mental health. Which then becomes contagious because everybody wants what you have. They must share it. But guess who actually made it? The people we are fighting. Where does that put us? So be careful of the attacks. It's from them in 80% of the ways. And it works for them. It doesn't work so much for us, Gets us into our own trouble and they set us up for it. Just like so much more. Really, just like so much more. Think about what I'm telling you because it's real. It's real. And I wouldn't talk to you if I didn't think I could guarantee that news to you. But again, I know a lot of people make it. And those ones don't seem to be as touched as much. But it's the ones that they feed in. They know they know exactly who you are, where you are, even me, and what we did, what time of day it was, everything else. So keep that in mind. And remember, this is what works for them. And this is what they're going to continue. And they're going to continue feeding it because they're going to keep you riled up. And they want to deprive your mental health of good health. They want, if they can't get you through a bad diet or get you with a punch in the arm. Now they're doing it with mental health to drag you down. And they're going to promote what they want. Be careful what we promote. That's what I'm saying. You could be just doing their job. You could be falling right into that place. We talked about that yesterday with Madonna, and I want to bring that up again. That video that she did, I think it was Like a Virgin. I think I said it was a different title. I reflect on that. And then maybe you'll see where the narrative really did start about all this exposure stuff of what we're dealing with, although it's in much greater content now. And it's pointed in ways we don't want to see it, especially towards children and all this other stuff. But it will fit the puzzle. And they're doing it. They're doing it. This has been a long, long time plan. Yeah, so, keep good thoughts. Do as best as you can with this. Be cautious to what you share. Try to make up some yourself. See if they last. See if I'm wrong. And then ask yourself, if they don't go away, was he right or wrong? I mean, I guess it could be also based upon how much information you put out there. But believe me, most of it, when you think about it, where did it come from? All we know is, hey, that is really cool. I got to get that posted. I'm going to share this. And a lot of times, they're the maker of this information. Could be in your benefit. But the agenda and health and everything is part of how they break you down. Be careful. Be careful. Maybe you want to post cars or family pictures again and get back to where reality really is with us as human beings and Americans as we are. Again, my apologies to you on that, but it's true. They are making this up and you are sharing it and don't even know it in many ways. And all I can say is maybe if we change the narrative and attack back and go back to civil family shares and so forth, get the popcorn ready because they're not done with us. No, they're not done with us. A few more things here. Michigan judge. Yeah. So now ballads and unlawful things that Sydney's involved on. So Michigan's now vindicating Trump's claims, just like the Washington Post. And it was mentioned last night on the phone interview about that part. And I want to say this. You better stop this filibuster. Better really get involved. If we fail at the smalls, which they can try to get rid of the Constitution of who controls how the states work, and they will take control of it unless we bust this filibuster. It's really unnecessary. It really is. But I'm seeing come to light some really good things. We have another judge that says that they're going to unseal absentee ballots, and there could be some fraud here. And they're more to the side of the fraud. Their eyes are awakening. So keep that in mind. There are things, they're small. Yeah, they're small. But maybe Sydney has something much bigger to be done. And if you need help in your state to figure out how to, get up against these high-profile blues and the seats, get a hold of down there in Florida and talk to those people. Text them at 4747 and say, how do I make my state great again? And they're going to give you a description on what you need to do. And at any time, because these people are ready for this, to help you take this on, you contact them and they'll be there for you. They'll be there. They'll walk you through all the steps on what you can do and where you need to start. They even have projections as to where things will go. So please stand strong with that. Stand strong, America. Now, I mean, too, the other thing I want to end this with, they're going to be clobbering us with taxes because we got this stimulus, but we had no right to say anything and didn't have the power in Congress to go against it either. Everything gets swept through in the middle of the night and nobody wants to talk about it. And the pages are just too much. It's too much to read. It would take weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks more to go through it all. And I guess there's got to be a cave in some way because, Well, the Republicans won't let us release this money. Well, hey, all Trump said was do it. And guess what? Nancy wouldn't do it. So, this is a two-sided face woman. I mean, you can't believe a word that comes out of her mouth. She's dirt. They're all dirt on that side and the higher seats. They just are. Every one of them doesn't even pay to mention their names. But, they wouldn't do it for Trump. And now they're holding it up on this side, and they're blaming the Republicans for it. When the Republicans told them to do it, they didn't want to because their bigger plan was to see how far they could screw you and now make you pay for what they're doing. Just like their investment to the border. Promise money out, get the word out to people, get T-shirts passed out, so on and so forth. So on and so forth. Yeah, so we live in terrible times with terrible people. We sure do. So I hope you got a little bit out. And I think one of the main things was a little bit talking about the punch in the arm. And I trust this man. I can't trust our government right now, though. I don't know what I'm going to get. And what's with all this stuff up at the farm show now? Something big happening? Something big going to happen? Why is this all up there? Again, I don't know on that. And be careful of what you post. You could be posting their work. Truly. You really could be. I swear up and down on this. They have narratives, they have think tanks, and believe me, the money, all that money and trillions of dollars have been missing is because they were devising things and employing people in different mannerisms that were working on this. And I don't know how people go home at night to their families and know how someday what they've done and what they're thinking up is going to benefit the world. How do people live with themselves? I couldn't do that. I mean, protecting myself is one thing, and you probably feel the same way. But this is just incredibly wrong. It is. So that said, that's where I'm at with today. I want to choose to say this to you now. Have a blessed day. To all the Christians, thank you. To the Patriots. And I got some news for you on that too. Terry Anderson with the Patriots at large. Big things going on down there Friday. And this is all about the border. And he's going to be with some big people. I wish I could go actually to hang out with him. He's become a great friend to me. We don't say a lot, but I get in little words who he is, what kind of man he is. And he's down there doing footwork. He's spending his own money, just, like a lot of us do, even here. What I do, and the time and efforts that it takes to talk to you. We got to show appreciation. He's calling for anybody down in Texas to get to Laredo and support the cause. There's going to be big names there. I'm not going to whisper anything out right now. I really wish I could go and do some filming and get it back up to you this way. But I know if something out of it, he'll send it to me. And that's where I need to be right now. I have some obligations here and I have to get something done with my eyes. So just bad timing. Otherwise, I would have really liked to go on. So, yeah, if you're not a member at Patriots at Large, become one. Follow it. Check this out. Terry Anderson's a great guy. And like I said, he does this all out of his own pocket. He's been traveling. He's been checking out this scenario. And he's meeting with all the right dignitaries who are on our side. And they're investigating all this more deeply. But what I told you today, the 13,000 children alone, 13,000. I mean, I wish I could take them all in. I can't do it. I can't do it. These children are going to wind up victims in the government. And what are we going to do? Build sanatoriums or something then? Or, we going to go back to days like that? Depressing thought. They still are children, and there's nothing more precious than the smile of a child. That's really my true feeling to it. Also, I want to say hi to Dory. I hope you're doing well. I want you to know I think about you. I do. I promise you I do. I hope you're doing well. And I have a special hello here I might have missed. And let me just go through here. Yeah, April. I want to say hi. April, how are you? And I promise to do this for you. We were conversating today. And her son's name, oldest son's name is Michael Anthony. Michael Anthony, I'm Michael Anthony too. Glad to meet you, buddy. Glad to meet you. And a special hello to you. And everyone else out there who supports. Thank you so much for doing it, for following, for joining, for asking me to be your friend. Again, as we can share together as what we do and support, we're strongest in numbers. And don't forget that. I'm not going to forget you in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to talk to you some more. I didn't cover a lot today, but I tried to put some more enlightenments. I'm concentrating the think tanks so you understand how they work. And when you wake up in the morning and think about that next post where it came from, you could be supporting the enemy. And it's so true. I'm sorry, it really is. This is the 10 right here. This whole big thing is the 10. But this right here is 10 o'clock talks. That's because we do more than one element from here. And we hope we reach many people. So happy St. Patrick's Day. Stay green, stay mean, America. Pittsburgh. Remember what I told you about voting. The rest of America, too. Remember what I told you guys about voting. Take out those smalls. Chop those legs off. Chop them off. Chop them off. Get rid of them. Get rid of these people. So today was what? March 17th, 2021. I'll be back on the 18th. Give you another segment. I have some interesting topics for the remainder of the week. Stay with me. Please stay with me. Like and share. Follow. Check into the Patriots at Large. Check into them. Terry's doing a great job. Merle in Texas. Do your best for me. Marcy in Spring, Texas. Do your best for me. Bill, you're in Houston. Do the same. Shout this out even if you can't go. Maybe we can get a really big crowd down there, and this is part of who we are and saving America, right? You know I'm right. I know we can't all be there, but you know I'm right. If you have family and friends, check out Laredo for the weekend. Check it out. Look up Patriots at Large. Get on board. At least watch. Pay attention. Let them know you're following. That would be a big support issue as well. So, again, we're only as strong as our numbers, and they fear that. Let me get set up here for what I got to do next, which is to say thank you. I appreciate you. Remember, don't judge me. I won't judge you. Have a blessed day, guys.